Hello everyone, welcome back to the Let's Play. It is a new day and a new recording session, so it takes me just a little while to get back into the swing of things, but at least I don't have vocal fry starting off the bat as I would have had last time. Coming back through this area again, I just realized there are some trainers I moved around and snuck around last time, but looks like I'm not going to be able to do it this time. So, my dime a dozen playthrough, I decided to turn this thing into sort of the afterword of Gospel of Gold, and I'm just gonna sort of pick up where I left off. And the problem I had last time was, if you've chosen to linger this long, I guess that you're getting something out of that. I wonder if I can knock this thing out in 2 hits here. No, I cannot. Alright, fine, I'll switch to Miltank. So hopefully you're getting something out of it, and I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. I had the problem last time of always being 1, sometimes 2 cities ahead in the game as I was in the actual story summary itself. And so I don't know if this backtracking is gonna make it better or worse, but whatever. There's definitely gonna be more trainer battles this time. Alright, so where I'd left off in the Gospel of Gold. To quickly recap, Gospel of Gold, a story that I was inspired by God to write, is sort of an alternative version of the story of the Johto region, in which some catastrophic event is going to occur in 13 years, and it is pretty much mostly being caused by the people of Johto themselves. However, Lugia, or Silver, his proper name, is basically an evil spirit who wants the destruction of humanity to come quicker by their own sin and whatnot. And so he's used his influence in the region to try to bring about their destruction, and he's doing this in revenge for the time that Team Rocket kidnapped him as a little baby Lugia, and then moreover... Oh, missed that last time. Whoopsie. Moreover, when his mother was then captured by another evil human team, and that was just the last straw for him, because now he sees pretty much all of humanity as evil, and he wasn't able to reconcile it. And so, Ho-Oh, Spirit, the Phoenix, being a force of absolute good in the world, she decides she's going to counteract him, not by fighting him directly, at least not yet, but by choosing a human to be her chosen one on the Earth. To use not force, but a different method to overcome humanity's evil, so that the quicker bringing about of humans' destruction may be overcome. Let's see here. Who do I want? I want Gengar. Let's bring Gengar out. Anyway, so she tells Gold something weird, like, just as he's turning 13 years old, he has this vision of her coming out of a burning tower, and she tells him, look, your dad wants you going on this Pokemon journey because it's a mark of prestige, but you're not gonna do that. Oh crap, this Gengar doesn't have, that floaty, crap, I can't remember what it's called. Levitate, that's it. He doesn't have Levitate, dang it. Oh well. So Gold, he's on this journey sort of against his will, but wanting to please his father, and so Spirit the Phoenix says, yeah, you're going to go on this journey, but you're going to do it without Pokemon, and you've got a certain task ahead of you that I'll reveal more to you as the journey goes on. And Gold doesn't really know what to make of it, but he knows that the Phoenix is good, and he can feel like the life force emanating off of her, and so he does her will, and she's basically God the Holy Spirit in this story. By the way, apologies if you can hear like a train blaring in the background here. So he's gone through the various towns of the region, the towns and the cities, and the gym leaders have a generally bad impression of him because he's calling people away from the absolute brutality that the Pokemon journey has now become. It used to be just a matter of Pokemon love fighting each other, and so humanity saw that and wanted to raise them to their highest potential, which is initially a good thing. You know, we humans, we want to be able to live through to our full potential. We don't want to die with regrets like, man, I could have been more, I could have done more. And the same is true with Pokemon. But as with all things, they can be taken too far. And so Satan, who hates everything about God, and so twists things to his own evil ends. Silver is Satan, essentially, in this story. So he makes people desire more and more and more in Pokemon battles. And so in the Johto region, Pokemon battling has recently become a thing of brutality, a blood sport. And as Gold is finding out more and more along his journey, Team Rocket, for some reason, is involved. The first, like, Team Rocket higher-up that he defeats, like a commander, is Proton. And before his death, Proton says something to the effect of, Archer's assured us, and his sister's in good with the League, that we need to kill this Gold kid. He doesn't say it precisely in those words, but that's what he's implying. And once we do this, we'll be good. But the thing is, his sister's in good with the League. Well, who is Archer and who is his sister? These are sort of the questions that Gold has to wonder about. I'm going to put out the decoy Pokemon here. Magnemites are a pain in the butt, and Magnetons are going to be even worse. I really need to get a proper fire type or an actual water type. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you can quite hear it, but the soundtrack this time playing in the background is a mixture of Freedom Planets 1 and 2. Stellar soundtracks all. So I still wanted something relaxing but engaging, but I have to keep it quiet. Alright, so Gold had given his titular gospel the last time that we left off. He just gotten back to Ecruteak City after nearly forfeiting his journey, and when he was saved by one Team Rocket member who couldn't go through with killing him because his conscience wouldn't let him, Gold then defends him to the populace of Ecruteak, and then the Phoenix herself kind of steps in, and everybody gets to see her, but only for a little bit. She then sweeps off with Gold on her back. They're just talking through this guy here right now. Blah, blah, blah. Do you want to register? It's not going to let me not register, so I gotta register. So, now that I'm finally resuming the story from where I'd left off properly, let's go ahead and switch Miltank out to the front here. So, Gold and Spirit head towards the Lake of Rage, and Gold's like, why is it that we left Ecruteak so quickly? And she says, because the next thing on your mission cannot wait any longer. She was in somewhat of a hurry because her time was already kind of pinched. Like, Spirit is not perfect like God the Holy Spirit is. Her timing was somewhat off. She wanted Gold to be a bit older than a 13-year-old boy when she took him on this journey, but it just didn't work out for her, and she just had to make do with the circumstances she had. God works in mysterious ways and turns all things that are... Everything works to the good for those who love the Lord, as the verse goes. And so, though neither of them really properly realize it... Oh, hang on a second, I'm going to switch out to... Let's go ahead and bring Scyther out, why not? Scyther needs a little bit of exercise. They don't know it, but everything is exactly as it should be at this point in the journey. And so Spirit has more faith than Gold as she heads towards the Lake of Rage, and she brings up that there's some sort of mysterious signal that's forcing Pokemon to evolve, just like in the game itself, as we saw in the last session. And so Gold's like, what? But the Lake of Rage, that contains a whole bunch of Gyarados in there now, as we all know. And, like, Gyarados, they have a very strong type advantage against, Ho-Oh. Like, Ho-Oh's got a pretty strong special defense, but not a very good physical defense. And meanwhile, Gyarados have a strong physical attack, and so their physical water type is just gonna ruin the low-level defense that a Ho-Oh has. Maybe not one Gyarados, but a whole bunch of them would be more than enough to take her down, legendary Pokemon though she is. And so Gold's all worried, and she's like, do you have no faith? And Gold's like, okay, I've seen enough that I'm better now. I know that you've got a plan, and I'm just gonna go with you on this. You know, more or less to that effect. Do I want... These two Pokemon fans used to have a whole bunch of Pikachus. I think that their Pokemon changed around again. That's why I didn't want to have a flying type out front. So anyway, before she lets Gold off, Spirit tells him to find the source of the signal that's forcing Pokemon to evolve. And then she kind of does a barrel roll as Peppy yells in the background. And Gold watches as she goes over the Lake of Rage, cries, "Peace, be still," and the Gyarados who are raging in the lake are just immediately calmed. Maybe this is the... Oh, this is the Pikachu guy. Okay. How many does he have? Is it a one... He's got like 5 or 6 of them, I think. Oh, jeez, he's got 6 of them. I think Gengar's gonna have to carry this battle right here. By the way, having gone to the east instead of the west, my Pokemon are all basically at max level 37 at this point, and they can't go any higher until I've earned some gym badges. Had I redone this, I think I might have actually gone west and gone this way first. But, oh well. This is going to be a bit of a longer battle because Paralysis and Pikachu getting in a bunch of attacks is probably going to cause problems. I'm not even gonna bother with Milk Drink. I'll just let Miltank get knocked out here. So this is another sort of parallel with the biblical story of the time that Jesus walked on water, and he called out for the... Actually, I'm mixing 2 stories here. He walked on water, he made it to the disciples' boat, and then the waters were immediately quelled. But there was a different time where Jesus was sleeping during a crossing over a stormy lake, and the disciples were afraid of the storm, that it would capsize their boat, and so they woke Jesus, and then Jesus rebuked the winds and the waves, and everything was immediately stilled. And so that was kind of a callback to that with Spirit saying "Peace, be still" to the Gyarados. So I try to get in those little biblical allegories there, references, whatever. So Lance is in this very grassland at the moment, and he's looking with awe at Spirit, the Phoenix, and he's like, "Whoa!" And then he sees Gold, and he's like, "You were just here on her back. Like, who are you, and what is your relation in all this? What's your role?" There's Kamen, by the way. And Gold's like, "I'm not the master of the Phoenix. She just sort of chose me to hang out with her." And Lance is like, "Huh, okay." And he kind of keeps to himself for the most part, but he is the champion of the Pokemon League until recently. And then they sort of kicked him out. And so now... Maybe not kicked him out, maybe that's not the right word. They impeached him, in his own words, and ever since he's been in hiding and on the run. And so Lance believes that Team Rocket has some sort of working relationship with the current Johto League, and this is why everything is so freaking brutal now. By the way, I can't go up that elevator because it'll just block me off pretty soon. Maybe I should put Firo back out front. And so Gold kind of tells him his whole story thus far about how he's been traversing the region, seeing the brutality of the new Johto League for himself, and how he's discovered that Elite Four Karen is basically the head of the spear on this stuff. The tip of the spear? Whatever. And so Lance is like, "Yeah, she basically usurped my position, but I'm just trying to do as much good as I can while on the run here." And it's implied that Lance might have had to flee for his life, or he might have been assassinated or something, but he has to be in hiding despite being the most powerful or the second most powerful trainer in all of Johto. And so he's been doing his part where he can. Let's go ahead and do the switch here. trying to quell the Lake of Rage incident that's going on while discovering the Team Rocket hideout. And Gold's like, yeah, that's what the Phoenix told me to look for. And at first Lance is like, okay, I'm gonna take you with me and we'll take down the hideout together, just as they do in the game. But then it turns out that he realizes Gold is not the Phoenix's trainer. You know, he's just a guy that she's entrusted to be her sort of emissary to the humans. And so he goes in alone, and Gold, meanwhile, is left wondering what to do as he sits on the stoop of Mahogany's dilapidated Pokemon Center, because it hasn't really seen any proper use in these days. That is when some people come to get him. Elite Four Bruno and Elite Four Koga, along with the gym leader of that town, Price. Now, Price is kind of a hard guy to read. Like, what is Price's personality? You know, like, he seems to be very stern and no-nonsense. I kind of forget what he was like in the anime. It's been years since I watched it. But Price is, like, very no-nonsense, kind of like Kurt was. So at first, Price, still believing more or less in the authority of the Pokemon League and the Elite Four, he's kind of been convinced by the two elites to come along with them and find the troublemaker Gold, whom they thought was in the area because they received reports that Ho-Oh had been seen there just now. Not that Lance was there, but that Ho-Oh was there. Lance has done a pretty dang good job of kind of keeping it on the down low. Doggone it, Pidgey lived through that. That is a very well-trained Pidgey to be able to live through an aerial ace. Pidgey's stats are very low. Alright, maybe 2 aerial aces will be enough for this one. Ooh, maybe, just barely. Oh, well, never mind. Fake Ho-Oh is almost out of use here. I was using her for a while, and she was a boon to the party, but I think Miltank's gonna have to be the new MVP. Her and Gengar. I would have sent Scyther out, but obvious type disadvantage. So these three very powerful trainers approach Gold, who has no Pokemon to defend himself, and Lance isn't there to do anything, when all of a sudden they receive intel that Lance is actually there, and he's in this ninja hideout that was underneath the town. Somehow Lance had found out about it, but it appears that Koga, who, you know, let's face it, is a ninja, was already made aware. Price wasn't, however, and so when Koga receives the intel, he comes to get Price because Lance is a dragon tamer, and dragons are really weak against ice types, and Price is the ice gym leader, so, you know, hey Price, help out. And that leaves Bruno alone to deal with Gold by himself, which, in their estimation, it shouldn't seem a problem. I mean, you know, 13-year-old boy with no Pokemon, with nobody there to help him, versus the greatest fighting type master in the Johto region. Like, how could this possibly fail on their part to capture him? To take him in for Karen and do what they meant to do before? Well, it turns out to be not as simple as that. There was another Dragonite that Lance had left behind, and it's sort of a mystery as to why Lance's Dragonite is defending Gold, who is not his proper trainer, and Lance is given no real intel to this Dragonite saying, hey, Gold's gonna be attacked, come and defend him. So Gold doesn't understand why a Dragonite's protecting him. But it turns out that this Dragonite was actually really a Dragonair, but also got affected by the signal that was forcing Pokemon to evolve. And this was me also accounting for the fact that when you fight alongside Lance, you see that he's got, let's go ahead and switch out Scyther. He's got a level 40 Dragonite. It's like, whoa, that's not supposed to happen until level 55. What gives? Well, what gives is that other Pokemon are going to be affected by the evolutionary signal too, not just Magikarp and Gyarados. That was the best justification I could give it, so, I mean, it somewhat makes sense. You just wonder, why aren't all the Pokemon in the area at their full evolution at this point? Why are we still seeing Mareep and Flaffy instead of Ampharos or whatever? So, because it's really just a Dragonair and a Dragonite body, Bruno's Machamp is able to defeat it, but, you know, just barely. Dragonite still puts up a really good fight, as any Dragonite would. And then Gold's friends arrive again, just in time. And they are almost able to defeat it. Let me sneak past this guy. There we go. And Machamp gets knocked out of the action for a little while because Dragonite managed to paralyze it, but Bruno's Onix then comes in to finish off the fight. He's suddenly called away by Koga because, you know, Champion Lance, being a Dragon Master, is giving all of Team Rocket and Price and Koga a real run for their money. He's not the champion for nothing. It's taking pretty much everybody to take Lance down. And so Bruno is forced to divert his resources, and so he trusts his Onix to finish things off. Now, Marina and Jinichi, who arrived just then, both happen to have a Grass-type and a Water-type Pokemon, which have a ×4 advantage against Onix, even a very high-level Onix. So, it is within the realm of reason that they are able to ultimately defeat it. Yeah, hi Jasmine. Alright, Wonderful Pharmacy. See, that's the thing that was unlocked before. You couldn't just knock on that door and say, "Hey Jasmine, let me in. May I ask you to get some medicine?" She asked for your cooperation, but yeah. Okay, Super Potion. That'll come in handy a little bit later. So anyway, Gold's friends are able to take down the Onix, but they are not enough to take down the Machamp. And Gold goes into the dilapidated Pokemon Center where Dragonite's like pretty much broken and dying on the floor, and the only reason it's not dead already is because, you know, they have dragon spirits, their life force, that keep them grounded on the plane of reality. Dragons are very reluctant to give up their life forces. There's a reason that they're considered the best type. Maybe not recently anymore, but they're a really good type. So Gold is able to do his lay on hands thing to revive Dragonite, but he also manages to catch a vision of why Dragonite came in. It turned out that Lance wanted to have a Dragonite in secret, in his keeping, just in case. He didn't want to take his Dragonair, not really a Dragonite, into the Team Rocket facility with him. And then Spirit, Ho-Oh the Phoenix, she comes and she tells this Dragonite that he's got another mission as well to kind of keep Gold safe. And that was why he was able to interfere on Gold's behalf to keep the mission protected. Oh, dang it. Yeah, you know what? Let's just power through this one here. If it gets knocked out, it gets knocked out. Maybe with a second Pokemon. Alright, so Gold revives Dragonite back from the brink of death. Not him, but by the power that he is permitted to use, his laying on of hands. And Dragonite proceeds to Hyper Beam Machamp just as Machamp is coming in to finish it off. But this sort of demoralizes Gold until Jinichi, who is usually sort of the unthinking, very worldly person, he comes in and says, look, reviving Dragonite only for it to basically incinerate Machamp, like kill it on the spot, which was initially against his mission, the thing he was trying to stop. You didn't have the power to do that. You are just the medium through which the power uses you. So stop complaining and just do what you're told. And God's like, wow, that's unusual of you to say. And so it turns out that Jinichi also has some sort of, I don't know, influence of the spirit that is steadily working on him as well. So you'll see more of that a little bit later. But for now, Gold goes out to heal the two starter Pokemon of Jinichi and Marina, who got really badly injured in that final battle, protecting him from an Elite Four Pokemon. And by that time, the whole town is out and watching, because they'd been indoors because the Lake of Rage recent events had caused them to kind of keep indoors and keep safe as best they could. But now they're out and they see Gold, the guy that they've been seeing online on YouTube and stuff, doing all these miraculous works, and they're like, is this really, like, the guy? You know, Gold's like sort of a minor celebrity, in which very much like Jesus, really. People have very firm opinions of him one way or another. He's a fraud going around, and, he's causing a bunch of dissension, and he's making mischief and making people leave the Pokemon League, and that's not right. Ooh, look at that. Because I chose to go the other way first, coming onto the shore of Sea and Wood City is supposed to bump up your Pokemon's level, so it's the same as if you'd won a gym badge. Normally, unless you've got a gym badge, you're not going to get a higher max obedience level, but now, because I went the other way first, I get it. Otherwise, I think I would have gotten max obedience 39 if I'd gone to see Chuck. Oop, hang on, I don't want to forget the medicine, the real reason that I'm here in the first place. Hey, buddy. So here's, where that secret potion thing comes in. So Gold revives them, and the whole populace of Mahogany sees it, and they wonder what to make of Gold. And one guy steps forward. The ace trainer, what was his name? Alan Go. And so Alan's about as reasonable as one could expect anybody to be at this point, and he asks Gold if he's really, the one all that he's cracked up to be. And Gold eventually convinces him by laying on of hands and reviving Onyx, who it turned out was dead. Apparently that secret potion was far more powerful than Jinichi had anticipated. He hasn't really been using it recently, but just a little bit of use was enough to jack his Bayleaf all the way up to a Meganium, so that stuff was incredibly potent and scary. Okay, I gotta concentrate somewhat with this gym, because this is a pretty high-level gym for the point in this story that you are. No, I don't want to use another Max Repel. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to cross that bridge in order to get to that red button. I think I actually should have taken the other side first. Whatever. Alright, so after a little while, they all kind of sit down and they get an assessment of everything that's going on. Like, when did the bad guys get so powerful? Apparently Team Rocket is working together with the Johto League, and we're all so powerless, and what are we supposed to do about anything? And so they try to think of a proper plan for their next step, and they really can't come up with anything. And so eventually everybody just goes to sleep. Though Gold tells Onyx, after he revives him from the dead, to linger in the town of Mahogany until his trainer comes back. That way everybody can see that Bruno attacking Gold wasn't just a story Gold made up. These very strange circumstances really do have substance behind them. And it's a reasonable thing to think about. Like, why would you believe a guy who says that the Elite Four is chasing after him? Like, it sounds all conspiratorial and stuff. 35. That's strange. It still says 34. What? Why isn't he showing level 35? Huh. Can I get under? Nope, I can't get under the waterfall. Alright, other side. I'm not going to worry about reviving my Pokemans just yet. I'm going to talk to this guy on this side so that that way I can get around. I guess it doesn't really matter which side I talk to him on. I have to fight him. Alright, so Bruno eventually comes back, and he soon sees that his Machamp has been incinerated, and it just breaks his spirit. Like, he's known his Machamp from the beginning of his training career, and he is devastated. It turns out that Bruno is humanized, and Machamp becomes humanized once you get to know them. Like, in the end, all they were really on was a journey to fulfill their potential as was originally designed. Like, it started out well, and then it turned wrong eventually as the Pokemon League became corrupted. The Johto League, I should say. Do I want to fight this guy with fake Ho-Oh down? I'll try it. I mean, I've been training my Pokemon more than usual because I've gone to the other end first, to the east, so I should be alright. And after this, I will get Poliwhirl. I'll be able to train it and use it, which will prove very useful against Jasmine, who's pretty much right up next after this. Will one wing attack be enough to take this Machoke down? I kinda doubt it. Oh wow, it was. Do I have Technician? Hang on a second. Let me check something here. I do have Technician. Okay, so I've got a beefed up wing attack now. Yeah, this is gonna hurt a lot, even though Poliwrath has very high defensive power. Yep, one more of those should do it, unless Chuck's about to use a revive here. I'm getting a little distracted because I always need to concentrate a bit more on gym leader battles. Oh, Air Slash. That's a special type move, and because Scyther is a very physical type Pokemon, I am not bothering with that. Screw Air Slash. That'd be great if it were Charizard. Okay, I think that this battle's pretty much in the bag at this point, so to continue the summary, Gold commiserates with Bruno, like he shows mercy towards his enemy, and Bruno sees, he's kind of given this supernatural insight that there is a great power behind Gold. Like, Gold himself is nothing, but he's representing something that is stronger than Bruno had anticipated. And, you know, there was a reason that the Elite Four were hesitant to take him in, and why originally there were 3 of them all together. It's like, how much power do we need? Because this Gold kid continues to slip through our grasp every time somehow. Like, there's something wrong with this situation. Okay, got the Storm Badge. And I don't think that my max obedience level increased. Did it? No, I don't think it did, because getting to Cianwood City itself was the reason for it. But my max obedience will increase again as soon as I fight Jasmine. Oh, hi there. Cianwood's badge, and I got Fly, which I already had on Fake Ho-Oh, but now I can legally use. Alright. Before I forget, let's go ahead and hit the Pokemon Center. And I need to get this Togepi off my team. Togepi is not a gym leader Pokemon. I know, neither is Fake Ho-Oh, but I wanted to do this one thing at least. Okay. Get around this guy. He wasn't in the fighting gym because they intimidated him too much. Hello, level 100 Black Charizard. 29, yes. Okay, switch out with Togepi. Let's move Togepi down here, next to Cyndaquil, who I just never was gonna use. Sorry, just gotta keep concentrating a little bit here. Okay. So, back to it. Gold, he's eventually suddenly wrapped up in Bruno's Onix's coils because Bruno's like, oh crap, Koga's coming, and he doesn't want Koga to see him kind of talking with the enemy. Like, Bruno and Gold eventually make peace, and you know, you'd have to read the story if you're just listening to the summary without having actually read it, because it makes more sense in context. You'd think that this guy killed my Pokemon. I'm gonna like shake hands and make peace with him now. It seems a little odd on first impression, but there's more to it going on. Like, there's a reason that people come together for funerals and re-inspect the purpose of their lives. Death reminds us that we are mortal and that life is meaningful, and the question becomes, so what is that meaning? You know, what is the meaning of life? You know what, I don't really feel good about having Fake Ho-Oh out front right now. Maybe I should put Miltank out front. Yeah. Actually, you know what, I'm never going to use Pidgeotto again after this, so let's go ahead and just let Faulkner's Pidgeotto be the sort of crash test dummy here in this battle against Steel types. I'm not feeling super confident about this battle, by the way. Poliwrath, more than anything else, is going to make the biggest impression in this battle, but even Gengar, with his high special attack, I don't see him able to do a whole lot here. I guess we'll see. Alright, let's do this, Jasmine. Alright, do I want to keep kind of recapping the story as I do this Jasmine battle? I really do not want to underestimate Jasmine. Alright, I suppose Pidgeotto will be useful enough insofar as getting rid of Steelix's, sturdy ability. And then I'll have Poliwrath just kind of quickly come in and finish the job. Yeah, I'd be astonished if Pidgeotto immediately died to that. Alright. Let's see if your Thunder Fang helps you against this. I might be speaking too soon, but here comes the Bubble Beam. Why didn't I teach this thing Surf? I need to do that. Oh, well, okay. Oh, a critical hit. Well, at least I didn't get paralyzed. Huh, Skarmory. Yeah, like, I can't afford to lose Poliwrath, and she switched to Skarmory because she's gonna use a flying type attack. What do I want to do about this? I guess I'll let Fake Ho-Oh kind of take the hit for this battle here. Maybe I should have chosen Miltank, but I don't know. I'm really not going to be very effective with Fake Ho-Oh here. Yeah, sorry Fake Ho-Oh, I'm just letting you flail here while I knock down its hit points a little bit. And it's got a sharp helmet. Well, whatever. Crit or no crits, that was gonna kill me anyway. Alright, it's got a rocky helmet, so do I want to send out Miltank or Gengar? I guess let's go ahead and send out Gengar, because Miltank's Surf, despite overcoming... Shadow Ball's not going to be very effective, but what are you doing? Oh, Scizor. Oh, because it's going to use Night Slash, I'll bet. Alright, if it wants to play Scizor... Let's go ahead and send Poliwrath back out. I might have to end up reviving Poliwrath, but we'll see. What? Now, how did you know that I was going to do that? I can't... Doggone it, Magneton. Alright, let's just send Miltank back out, I guess. This Magneton is the thing that worries me the most in this battle here. Surf. If I'm able to defeat this thing, I'll feel a whole lot better about my chances, but I don't know, it's proving to be quite a pain in the butt. Alright, Fortress. The last time that I battled Jasmine, she constantly had Fortress use self-destruct every chance that it got. I'm gonna use Milk Drink, because if it uses self-destruct anyway, then I'm dead anyway, but if it's gonna use something else to try to kill me since I was so close to being dead anyway, at least Milk Drink keeps me from that. Let's get the health all the way up. If it uses Explosion now, I might still live through that. Yep. I might have been better off going with Gengar, but yeah, I wasn't worried about that one. Nice. Okay, Magneton, okay, I was gonna have this matchup anyway. I should be able to survive one of its discharges, but if it paralyzes me, I'm gonna use a healing item on one of my other Pokemans. Okay, what are you doing now? Scizor. Oh, it's probably gonna use like a quick attack or something. Yeah, I get the feeling it's gonna be like a quick attack or whatever, so let's go ahead and use one of these healing items. I recently got a super potion. Let's get Poliwrath back up to par here. Yeah, Bullet Punch. So got to move first. I knew it was gonna do something like that. Or do I want to use Scyther? There's never going to be a better effect in the battle than sending out Scyther right now, so she's probably going to switch, isn't she? Oh, no. Okay. Boy, that is a strong Bullet Punch. I'll bet that Scizor has Technician, too. Yeah, if Scyther was going to be useful at all, I'm glad that Scyther at least got to participate in this, because you see her other 3 Pokemon, Scyther's not going to be able to do anything against those other 3. So, Skarmory's out. Do I want to revive Miltank? Because what the hell is Scyther supposed to do right now? I swear I will be getting back to the recap in just a little bit here. I'll revive Miltank. By the way, bag. As you could see, it says 3 items remaining. So in this game, you don't get... let's see here. you don't get to keep using items over and over and over again. There will come a point where after using 4 items, it's like, that's it, that's the maximum, you can't do anymore. So you got a max level until your Pokemon stop obeying, and a max item limit, which I kind of like myself. Alright, do I want to use No, I'm going to send out Gengar because I'm afraid Drill Peck is going to do way more damage than it ought against Poliwrath. So, come on, special attack, overcome its weak special defense. Is she going to use a healing item? I'll bet she is. Oh, no, she isn't. Okay, good. As you could see, PokeMMO has made Jasmine a much more capable fighter than the video games. So, I appreciate them doing the tweaking here. Like, you could tell that the developers care a lot about the craft. Would that more game developers were like this? They are, for the most part. Let's go ahead and switch to Poliwrath. What's the worst thing that Steelix could do against Poliwrath? It's not going to use Explosion since a Ghost type was just out. Oh, okay, Hyper Potion. Yeah, sure, go for it. I already know now that one Bubble Beam is not enough to kill Steelix anyway, so sure. I'm still somewhat worried about that Magneton. That Magneton is going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm glad that she used the Hyper Potion on her Steelix here. Alright. I'm feeling much better now. Alright, let's just keep on... Actually, let's go ahead and use Low Kick. Because Poliwrath's special attack is much better. Okay, I'm feeling slightly worse about my chances. If I have to switch to Miltank, then I'm just gonna revive Poliwrath again, because that was BS, dude. How much is this gonna do? Okay, okay. Although I am still in trouble, it's probably gonna kill me off with this. Yeah, no, it's coming right down to the wire here. Actually, I suppose I could just revive Gengar at this point, because Gengar was clearly able to kill it if it had been given one more hit. So yeah, let's go ahead and revive Gengar. Of course, she used a Hyper Potion. And now its special attack is raised. Yeah, this battle is still on. And I've got 1 item remaining in my bag. So if I use Surf, Magneton's not going to take a whole lot of damage, but... what do I want to do? I need Poliwrath back in the mix, I think. I think I'll be better off having Poliwrath do a Low Kick than having Miltank do a relatively useless Surf attack, so yeah, let's go ahead and revive Poliwrath, I suppose. Flash Cannon. Yeah, I may yet lose this battle if I'm not very careful. Hopefully this Low Kick will hit. Come on. There we go. Alright, and I'm gonna get knocked out. If Jasmine has another Hyper Potion, then that's it, game over. I just used my last available item in battle, so Jasmine did a pretty good job of holding her ground and kicking my butt. Like, despite having really decent Pokemon that I haven't properly earned as far as experience goes, it came down to this, and this is just the 6th gym leader. Well done. Yep. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I would say I'm sorry for not doing the recap appropriately, but I really needed to concentrate there. Alright, I'm up to level 41 max obedience. Iron Tail, its accuracy sucks. There's a reason that I never really use Iron Tail. Okay, so having already gone to the east first, I can now directly access Mahogany Town. I don't know how useful Steelix is ultimately going to prove, as pretty much all of the ice types in Price's gyms also have water type moves on them, but, you know, might as well use Steelix. It's certainly going to be a better fighter on the team at this point than Faulkner's Pidgeotto. So switching out, and this Mamoswine will be the next teammate to join our party. And I think I'm either going to have to get rid of Scyther or Fake Ho-Oh. And I would get rid of Fake Ho-Oh easily, except Fake Ho-Oh knows how to fly. So, I don't know, it would be inconvenient, I suppose. I don't know. Alright, I somewhat remember how to do this. I think I have to fight this girl in order to get access to those blocks as I need to there. So yeah, we'll see how Steelix does. Out comes a Jinx. And this Steelix is about as max level as it could be. My max level is 41, and I trained the Steelix to, yes indeed, be 41. Don't actually have any Steel-type moves, but do I want to use Rock Slide? Nah, I'll use Crunch. I'm neither a Rock type nor a Dark type. Used to be a Rock type, but... oh no, Steelix's speed fell. Now it's going to be really slow. Yep, one Crunch is sufficient to knock out Jinx. Now I'll use Rock Slide against this Glaceon here. Ice Beam. I got a very low special oh, crap. Well, never mind. Very low special defense and Ice Beam just completely hits me. So I really don't have much of a choice here. I forget if Glaceon has the low defense or low special defense. I know that Leafeon's got a high defense, but I'm gonna guess that Glaceon has a low physical defense. And I am very wrong on that. Both of them have a very high physical defense. Okay, good to know. Well, Miltank's got a pretty reasonable speed and attack, as we saw here, so whatever, Headbutt works. And I think I might have gotten that without the crit, but whatever. Okay, I think I can afford to go one more trainer, but I am going to back out and revive before I properly attempt to take on Price. Like, I want to take Price pretty seriously here. In fact, I'm already sort of not taking him seriously by having two flying types still on the team, but I don't really have much option here. Okay. Yeah, I'll take this dude on, and then I'll proceed to fight Price. Or, proceed to heal and then fight Price. Dugong. Scyther is not going to survive against this Dugong, but at least we'll get a good Technician Wing attack. Okay, back to the recap. Ooh, Ice Shard, nice. So, Gold figures out that Alan betrayed them. At some point, between them sleeping and night falling and them waking up, Alan decided he was going to give Gold and his companions up to the elites in the area. Now, what caused this change? Well, remember, Lance went into the Team Rocket operation and did manage to destroy their signal experiment before he was overtaken. And it turned out that this signal had a secondary effect. It was causing Pokemon to forcibly evolve, but strangely, it was also interfering with Silver's, Lugia's powers of manipulating people. And now that that thing is down, Silver is free again, and Alan's always been sort of a... I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here. He's got high hopes and dreams. He's ambitious. He wants to one day be the great dragon trainer of, Blackthorn Gym, that's what it is. And Koga knows this, because pretty much all Pokemon trainers want to be the best like no one ever was, you know, insert theme song motto here. I really don't need to quite go this far in order to heal, but I guess I will. And so, to do this, to get on the Elite Four's good side and earn some brownie points, he's not able to betray Gold because he doesn't realize how crazy Gold can sometimes be, just running out to Bruno, his enemy, who had just recently tried to kidnap him. Like, what are you doing, Gold? You're way too compulsive. And so he is only able to capture Marina and Janichi. But he hands them over to Koga, and Gold, not knowing what else to do, just sort of follows along for the present. Can I? Okay. I think this is right. I think. Yes, I do this. Aw, crap, I had one more trainer to battle. Is this right? This is what happens when I break concentration. I used to know this gym puzzle and then I messed it up, and I can never think really well whenever I've got two trains of thought going on. Oh well. Watch, this Dugong's gonna know Surf or something. Aqua Jet. Okay, that's not bad. That's a physical attack, and I've got a very strong physical defense. A very strong physical defense. Yeah, just keep doing that, Dugong. You're doing great, buddy. Okay, so Gold, the Dragonite that he rescued earlier, or revived earlier, takes him pretty much directly to the place where Team Rocket Commander, until the boss comes back, Apollo Archer, is currently hanging out with the Brain Trust of the Elite Four. And they've got Lance with them. They were able to overcome him by teaming up all their efforts together. Now, Elite Four Karen isn't there, but Apollo Archer's sister, in this story that's just the case, you'll notice that they look quite a bit alike. Claire Archer is there. Whoops, did I mess this up? How do I want to go about this? Up, over... Doggone, I'm sorry, I gotta concentrate again here. You go... Maybe you do this. No, you don't do that. Down, over... Yeah. Sorry if you're, like, screaming at me right now. Like, it's so obvious, you idiot. How are you not seeing this? Alright. Over? Over? I just gotta... Down, over, up, up. Oh, I see. I did have it almost right, but I am gonna have to face one more guy. Alright, tell you what. Let's go ahead and put Gengar up here. This is what happens when my concentration breaks. I lower several IQ points. Just lower cognitive level. I just gotta work with it as best I can here. Maybe I shouldn't have put Gengar out front because Seal and Dugong have high special defense, but we'll do what we can. Aqua Jet. Yeah, this is gonna hurt slightly more. Oh, wow, that did nothing. See, I'm afraid of all those other Pokemon he's got on his team. I think I am gonna send out Steelix after all, because all these Aqua Jets are basically doing nothing to him, despite the type disadvantage, so whatever, Steelix can handle it. Go ahead, use Crunch, why not? So, Gold, upon hearing their plans to kind of take Lance and Gold and get rid of them for good, he's super demoralized, more so when he sees the guy who initially took them in, Alan Go, explaining what he did. And Claire is glad to have Lance under her thumb at this point. 5 hits, really? But, let's see. Kogo is like, look, Gold is the real issue. I'm gonna go ahead and use Rest. I'm gonna cause them a little bit of pain in the buttness. Yeah, I wouldn't have survived another one of those, would I? So, the Elite Four say, no, you're not to leave, Claire, until we've got Gold at the Elite Four HQ. And so Claire leaves anyway, with Lance in tow, because she was always jealous of him, and in the actual game, she calls herself the world's best Dragon Master, which is clearly like an egotistical, incorrect way. Every single time this person has gotten 5 hits. I think there's like this hold item you can have to maximize the amounts of hits you can land. But hey, Steelix can take it. I don't think I'm going to go back and heal my Pokemon afterwards. I think I'm just going to use healing items. I know it's sort of a, I don't know, it'll save me a little bit of time. I don't feel like redoing these puzzles again. Do I want to use Crunch? Sure, Crunch is, well, whatever. I was never going to knock it out with 1 hit anyway. Ooh, this might be enough to actually knock me out. Yep it is. Okay, well, back to the original plan. Let's send Gengar out. Alright, so anyway, Gold hears their plans that eventually knowing Gold, Koga reasons, he's going to come and rescue his friends, so he'll take one of them, Jinichi, with him to the League HQ to hold until Gold shows himself, and meanwhile, Alan will be responsible for Marina. And that way, when Gold shows up one place or another, that's when they'll capture him, and that's how they'll finish out their mission. Because they never quite completed the mission they'd intended when they got there, which was get Gold, this person who keeps causing problems, and we can never quite capture him. Which one of these revives? Oh, this is the untradeable. I gotta start using the ones that have like 12 of them. Okay, let's... Sure, I'll use a few more super potions here. Oh. Plus 60. Yeah, that pretty much brought him up full. Okay, I'm not completely full, but I think this is about as good as it's gonna get, so... I'm gonna send Poliwrath out front. I just want to see what Poliwrath can do. Poliwrath's probably going to be pretty good considering he's got fighting-type moves. And ice types are brittle, so they're weak against the absolute sudden force of fighting-type. Yeah, hopefully Glaceon doesn't have any unpleasant surprises here, but low kick ought to make pretty short work of it, I hope. And I'm faster, that's nice. Shadow Ball. Alright, I can take that. Good. I'm glad that Poliwrath managed to kick this battle off well. Do I want to go back to the recap? I keep thinking, oh, there's more I have to say, but... Let's see, Bubble Beam or Low Kick? Let's do another Low Kick, because Mamoswine is a very heavy Pokemon, and I think Low Kick is more effective the heavier the enemy is. Oh, yes, absolutely. Alright, now for Bubble Beam. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of slow in the first place, so I don't really care. Poliwrath might actually be able to sweep this battle by himself as long as I take care of him. So, maybe what I'll do is I'll switch him out, give him a Hyper Potion, and that'll be that. Lapras. Yeah, Lapras is going to, like, do a Body Slam or something, so... let's let Fake Ho-Oh take the hit, because I don't see Fake Ho-Oh actually being useful in this battle anyway. I know, it's very capricious and cold of me. Thunderbolt? Oh. Well, crap. Yeah, whatever. It did what I wanted it to do. Where are my... There's my Hyper Potions. 42 of those. Yeah, I've been through a whole bunch of regions at this point, so let's just kind of keep the train going with Poliwrath here. Poliwrath's gonna be MVP for this battle. Poliwrath. Yeah, not a whole lot of recapping and summarizing going on this time around, because I find that the further the game goes, the more concentration is required of me. Alright, okay, good. The worst thing was getting paralyzed, and that didn't happen, only a 10% chance anyway, so we're still good, we're still good. Cloyster... Let's just see if I can two-shot low kick it. Cloyster's got incredible defense. Oh. Well, okay then. 1, 2, 3, 4... again? Okay, they might have bumped up the power by which this move is capable of repeating. Because it didn't have a held item that let it do, like, a higher level of repeated strikes. Okay, yeah, just sweep the whole team with low kick. It just happened to work out so far as prize gym leader Pokemon go. Oh crap, I got frozen. Well, okay then. I guess some other Pokemon are also going to be able to participate this time around. Alright, another Blizzard. Yeah, I wasn't going to risk having any of my other Pokemons take that Blizzard. Another critical hit, wow. Okay, who do I want to send out? Gengar or Miltank? I guess let's send out Miltank, because I actually didn't check to see if Miltank has the Thick Fat ability. Oh yes it does. Resistance to fire and ice-type moves, so, sure. Oh, and I'm faster anyway. Yep. Boy, despite it being the 7th gym leader, that battle went incredibly easily. Whew. Alright, well, Pokemon up to level 46 will now obey me. That'll be pretty useful. Alright, let Whirlpool... Got Snowscape. I guess I'm just gonna sort of end this particular session in the same place that I started, in the Pokemon Center of Mahogany Town. Oh no, I'm receiving a phone call. Alright, I called because something weird's happening. They're talking about Team Rocket. Maybe Team Rocket's returned. Yeah, they're talking about Team Rocket is rather vague. Like, there's a very specific message going on in the radio broadcast, but that'll be for next time. Next episode, more proper recap, and I'll be able to concentrate more given that I'm not going to have to do gym leader battles, and I'll just be going up against some Rocket Grunts. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, and again, 3 gym leader battles this time around. Next episode is going to be a bit slower so far as gameplay goes, but hey, it'll give me more time to get my crap together for the recap. Alright, thank you guys, and hope you'll tune in for the next one.